slow morning. I hear there are lots of grocery store workers who are advocating for better wages and better work support. I think that's pretty fun. What else is happening? It's sunny here in Seattle. Those of you who are not in Seattle, I think most of you are in Seattle, but I'm delighted to see you all. So today we're going to work on a few little fast things, figure out how to play things quickly, both with the left hand, which we spent most of our time with yesterday, and perhaps with the right. And then I thought we might do bring in a little bit of vibrato. I got asked that by a middle school orchestra teacher last night. How do you do vibrato? And they're doing it over Zoom. It's hard enough to teach it in person, but here we go. Let me turn on the light. And how are you all doing? Is it good? Is it smooth? Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Let's get tuned and then play some things. Okay, good, and more. And G. And C. All right. Okay, so yes, the musico. More sharps. Oh, let me just change this over. And I've been falling in love with the cello again, and I gotta say, I wasn't expecting that at all. Uh, uh, as a professional musician, I found myself saying, well, I can play for the gigs, I can play for the concerts that are coming up, and let me just see if I can bounce this thing around a little bit. Oh, there we go, and make this thing bigger. And what I've discovered about quarantine is that it's kind of making things a little bit nicer. Have you had that same experience? And have you found yourself liking music more, or has it been something where you felt, I don't know, maybe more at sea? Is it? Go ahead, and anybody who wants to type in, like, how do you feel excited about the cello, or does it feel like it's harder? Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you for all choosing the cello, and I'm proud of you for all coming into these classes each day. And it's this nice community, and I hope you can all see each other as well, and sort of take stock in each other's development and work. Um, I think that art will change slightly in terms of like whether we can go to concerts and how we will interface with concerts. And I think that this may be the beginning of something new where we really are completely focused on on creating music through media. And here we are creating art through media and educating through media. And I wonder if that might be the thing. Maybe we'll crave it. Oh, I have a garbage truck coming in, and I'll just work through it. So now that we're tuned, can we go over here and play all of these notes? And I want to play them slow enough that everybody can hit each note. Okay, so I'd like everybody to try and everybody to see if they can match this note over these notes. Okay, so here I've got the E. that's the second finger over here on the C string. It's kind of stretchy, and it sounds like this. Okay, and then I'm going to come up to an F sharp. Now, in order to play over here on the C string, I do raise my elbow a little bit to make it play. There we go. Take your elbow and wiggle it around like this, like forward circles. And then A. Good. Now this is first finger A. Oh. Then we'll go to B. And C sharp. Now let's make sure that it's this note. All of you are playing this note. If you have tapes on your cello, they're probably set for the regular C natural. That'll be your third tape up in where your fourth finger goes. And you want your third finger to be on that tape, and you want your fourth finger to be a little bit higher, about maybe 3/4 of an inch. Okay. Now we're gonna shift back to half note. And this is the D sharp, which says it's on E natural. Good. F sharp. Oh, you know what? So we don't have two. I think I may be clogging up. I'm gonna go to a soundless environment. Pardon me. Let's go to that. Let's start with that second finger again. A second finger E. Now this is half position, and so your second finger will be on the first tape. If there's a first tape. La. Yep. Take that note and go all the way back. Good. Excellent. That's a good fix. Nice work. And now let's go to F sharp. Now we're going to shift up to third position. We're going to move the hand up so first finger is on your third tape or on your G. Good. Now we're going to stretch to second finger A. And you'll be able to tell this was the A because it's the same note as your open A. Here's B. Good. C sharp. Yeah, now this, oh, I forgot. This C sharp is in second position on the A string. And it's way back over here. It's almost like you're in first position, but then we go D sharp. And, oh, you know what? I'm going to go out of gallery view into spotlight, I think. Hi there. And let me just pin, I need to have me. Oh, hold on a second. All right. Here's this. Oh, I wonder why. I'm going to pin my video. Hold on a second. Wonder if this will work. Aha. Sorry, Ayla. I've got you pinned. Hold on a second. Unpin. And let me just check this one. All right. Now I'm going to pin this one. Oh. Nope. Spotlight. Oh, what? Oh, what is spotlight video? I wonder what that word. I'll have to check the website. Apparently that is not pin. Okay, hold on just a second. Pin. There we go. And make it big. All right. So we stopped on this D sharp, but let's review from this E natural second finger again. Ready? Second finger. And now F sharp. And G. Good. A, second finger. B, fourth finger. And C sharp. Yeah, and it'll sound like this. And D sharp. And E. Now let's go up. fifth position, first finger. And G. Yeah, G. A. Now typically you have a thumb either back or up and B. And now C sharp and G sharp and E. Okay? And we are all the way up here. That is, I would say, that is 2/3 of the way up the string. You've done a very good job here. Now, let's go back down. E, D, C, B. Ooh, I'm hearing a bunch of other notes. Let's all see if we can't match the. Let's see if we can't all match the. I'm gonna unpin.
Mr.
Unpin.
Hawkins,
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't hit that last note.
No problem. And I'm glad you asked that. So here's how I do this. Can you go all the way up? Now keep going. Take your arm all the way up. And we want this note here, which will be the same. Can you find a harmonic up here that is this note? Keep going higher, Layla. No, that's lower. Keep going higher. Keep going higher. You're almost there. There. Now, do you hear that that's the same note? I think. Can you play yours? Yeah, good. Now, if you were to lift up and just touch the string, that would also be a harmonic. Good. Now, press it back down and see if you can make sure that that's exactly the same note. You found it. Hey, nice work. Now, for that same note, take your thumb and put it onto both. Let me just turn this up over here. Turn this up over. Put your thumb on 2 strings across. Okay. And so, and then it will just sit right up here. And then wherever you play, use your thumb to sort of help gauge where you are. And sometimes we will shift with just the thumb. Everybody try that. It's pretty cool, and it uses your whole arm. And then we want that same E. Good. And my thumb, if I lift it, that's tension. But if I just relax it, it'll just drop down onto the string, you know? So you can say like, "Oh, I'm going to give you a thumbs up, Mr. Hawkins." Okay, here we go. But notice how your thumb is really tense, right? So now I'm going to say, "Okay, everybody, I'm giving up my thumbs up and dunk." Okay, and it just rests right on there, okay? So gravity is sort of keeping the fingers on the string. Good. Any more questions about these high notes? Yes, Rochelle.
So it just like drop it there and press or not?
You can't. I would say for this note, because for this scale, because we aren't using the thumb structure, we aren't using the thumb for any notes, that it can just rest there.
Okay, so it doesn't have to press.
It doesn't have to press, right? But sometimes I will keep the thumb pressed down, and then the other fingers can be really loose. Okay, I'm going to get my thumb out, my bow out of the way, and so when I'm playing a lot up here, where I'm also using the thumb, I'll actually hold it down, and then that frees up all my fingers to move around. And then sometimes, for balance, I have to play lots of fingers, and then I have to move my thumb somewhere to play a note here. For instance, this is from the Sixth Suite by Bach. You've all heard this one, right? Okay, well, in the middle of the 6th one, he wrote 6 suites, and each of them has a prelude. And in the prelude, so here it goes. So I'm using my thumb to actually play notes. Isn't that kind of a weird little technique? And that's largely because in that suite, it required to have a cello with 5 strings, but we don't have those 5 strings, and so the technique that cellists use to get around that is to play the thumb and move the thumb around. You won't find that very often. It's something that everybody has to work on pretty hard. But that's a very good question about holding the thumb down. For this scale, no, you can just rest. But sometimes you might encounter music where you need to use it as a fingering, and that's pretty handy. Good question. Any more questions before we start going down the scale? Okay, let's start at the top and let's head on down. I will bring back the share scale. Ready? Now we're gonna start right here at this high E, and then away we go. Ready? And oh yeah, D. Second finger. First finger C. Second finger B. La. First finger A. Good. Fourth finger G. Third finger F sharp. First finger E. Now we go back to first position. And then here. And then C, B, A. Good. Oh, we're on open A right now. And now G. And F sharp. And E. Then down to D. And C. And B. And A. G. F sharp. And E. Now, how does one get to playing something like this quickly, and is in essence automatically? The answer to that, to me, is to do little sections of it. First, I start with the easy parts of the. First, I start with the easy parts. Let me just close off these little notifications. Okay. First, I start with the easy parts of the scale. So, for instance, I might start with. Because the fingerings are the same. I'm doing 2, 4, open, 1, 2, 4, which is the E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp. Okay, so let's try that and just sort of go at your own speed. And I would love to hear you play as well. There you go. That's good. 2, 4. I'm just doing one bow in each direction, or one bow for the whole sequence. Try that. The fastest we can typically play is in some kind of a slur, because we don't have to worry about linking them together. Go ahead and try that. Oh, I see some people going very quickly. That's great. Yeah, super. Yeah, so we definitely want the E, F sharp. You have to, maybe the tricky part is changing the string. And then sometimes we might just need to go, which is A, B, C sharp. Just see how fast we can do that. And getting them to go opposite directions and more quickly is kind of part of that fun. The next part is I'll say, okay, now I need to do one that involves a shift. And let's do the shift that goes. So this is D2, C sharp 4, D sharp 1, E2, F sharp 4, E2, D sharp 1, C sharp 4, B2. Now, yeah, this is good. No, You'll get it. You're doing a fine, fine job. Go ahead and try just a little bit. I'm going to look up one piece of music to see if we can, see if I can work this in. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. We need this B, C sharp, D sharp, E. Go ahead and keep that one going. Uh-huh. I love hearing you do it. This is great. Da 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 da. And it involves a shift. Oh, I cannot find. I cannot find. Let me. I'll have to go search for it. Hold on just a second. The Miller-Rush book. Muller. And yeah, we'll find it in just a sec. There we go. Muller-Rush. Oh, come on, PDFs. PDF documents. Uh-huh. And then Rush. I thought I saved it. Huh. Okay. Well, I'll have to go find that somewhere else. Okay. So so on this one then I am doing the weird shift. And it was just like the music that I was looking for that was in the Muller-Rush book, where we slid up. We slid up with 1, and then we landed with 3. Try that just for a second, because what's happening is I'm doing the same thing. It's the anticipated shift. So then I'm going from 4th finger. I'm lifting up my 1st finger, and I'm sliding back, and then I'm going to land. I'm going on the G string, and I'm landing on the 1st finger, a D sharp. And then I'm going to shift down. It's actually up. I go up on the 1st finger. I'm sliding up on the 1, and then I land on the 4. So the shift is doing 2 things. I'm lifting up in the first one. I'm going from 4th finger C sharp. I'm lifting up. I'm going back, and I'm going to hit that note. Boom. And the 4th finger is on the G string, and then I go on the D string to meet the D sharp. It's a hard thing, but just imagine like saying, "Oh well, I know I have to get to that note, and I'm gonna take my 1st finger and I'm gonna make it lead there. I'm gonna jump on it, and I'm gonna land." Everybody try just really quickly just to see kind of what the mechanics are of how you're doing it. Ba 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 ba. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the anticipated shift, or jumping shift, or guessing shift. I'm guessing where the note's going to be because I'm landing from above. I'm going do 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 bink, and that's what I'm doing with these fingers. And you too can do this. It's a really fun thing. On the side, dun, dun, ya, da, da, da. Wow, wow, yeah. Good job, Ayla. That was exactly right on the money. Now the next one, the next kind of shift is a sliding shift, and that's where we're going from a higher finger to a lower finger. And that would be comprised in this. It's the 2nd finger. So what I'm doing is I'm sliding up with the one. The one never leaves the string. And at some point in time, I'm pulling off the fourth finger. Now this one, it's anticipated down, but this is the sliding shift up. And so from the side, that's going to look like my first finger stays down and it just slides in. It's almost like I'm going from this position, half position, to this position, G. Let's try that. D sharp to G natural. By the way, that's 4 steps. That is a fourth. It's going D sharp, and then it's going D sharp, then E natural, half step, then F sharp, whole step, and then G natural, half step. So we have 2 half steps in there. So those are close. It's almost like Mr. Spock. So there's a whole step in the middle, and then 2 half steps on the outside. So it's called a diminished fourth. Okay, and you don't find that very often, except in these minor keys. It sounds weird, huh? Okay, now to play. Yeah, good. So now I'm going to put fingers in between. There's no limit to how fast you can play this part. I want you to all think about yourselves like, could I do that? Yes, you can! And all I'm doing is I'm sliding. The first finger never leaves. And you can play them separately if you want. Yes! I love hearing this. This is so great. It's 6 notes all on the same string, and it's a pretty weird scale. Right? Now, next, you're probably wondering how to get high up here on the 3rd octave. And the trick to playing that quickly is to use the same scale, the same movement here. I'm shifting. First finger stays down. And if you can do this shift, first 4th finger E to first finger F sharp. Go ahead, try everybody. Now one little secret of that is that I'm using my elbow to get there. Actually, I guess I'm doing more of that motion. That's a little cleaner. So my elbow's getting me up. My elbow's getting my fingers, pushing my fingers up. Yeah, there we go. Now the next part of that is that I'll just sometimes add, I'll just make a pattern out of it. the scale down, just like here, I actually have to pull down past the note, and then I anticipate the E. And you can pull down from anywhere. Go ahead and try that. Yeah. Uh-huh. Good. So so then what I'll do is I'll do a few scale patterns all connected here. Now, are you hearing a little tap on my fingerboard? You are hearing that? Pop, pop, pop. That is because my fingers are coming down like little hammers. And if you can bring them down like little hammers and make your cello vibrate on the side of your cello, thump, like you're thumping finger drums or something, then, yeah, or pitter patter of rain. Then what'll happen is if your fingers can come down like that, your sound will be a lot more quickly realized. And you'll be able to play faster because the instrument will react faster. What I'm doing is I'm essentially percussively putting my finger down, and so it changes the pitch faster here as opposed to here. It doesn't shorten the string like wah, it shortens the string like a clap. Okay? So missed my finger. Let's all try that. It's the fourth finger E to the first finger F sharp to the G to the A to the B. And I want to see how fast people can play that. Ugh. I'm forgetting my fingering. Go ahead and try that. Yep, fourth finger E, first finger F sharp, second finger G, first finger A, second finger B, and then back down. Good. All right. So now I'd like to leave you with this little exercise to do. Oh, I did promise vibrato, so I'm going to make sure to do that. But let's grab the bow in the left hand and hold it out right here so that you can you're coming at it with the right over here. So I'm holding it with the left, and then my right is holding here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to put it right here on the frog, right in the corner of the frog, and I'm going to put my thumb in sideways because that way it won't slide in. I mean slide. The nail is is up and down. The finger would go like this. If you can do that kind of thing. Okay. So I'm going to shake out my hand, and then I'm going to poke my elbow a little bit. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my thumb in on the frog, and then I'm going to take my second finger on the ferrule, and I'm going to hold the stick and the ferrule, and then the other fingers are going to come down like this, just draping down. And then I'm going to put it on the string and pull. And I'm going to lift it back up and pull. And lift it back up and pull. And then I'm going to come with a up bow. And down bow. And I find it's easiest when I'm out here. This is when I sort of wiggle my fingers around to make sure everything's nice and loose and relaxed. And it keeps my fingers nice and loose. And if my bow often, well, it doesn't often fall out, but it can fall out quite easily. And if you were here in the, if social distancing were gone, you could come over and grab the bow out of my hand, and I would not be able to react if it's that loose and that relaxed. I'm by no means gripping the bow. I'm It's just sort of barely hanging on. Now, the next part is, I promise you vibrato. We're going to do vibrato. While playing this D, I want you to knock on the door and say, hey, hey, hey. Everybody come out. Okay? Then, I'm going to bring this slowly down onto the D string. And I'm going to use all 4 fingers. Actually, no, that's just second finger. Just second finger. And I'm going to play. Go ahead and try that out. This is vibrato, and then it becomes the vibrato over here. And I want it wide, just like this sound. And then vibrato is this. And from the side, it's all arm. This is cello vibrato right here. All arm, all elbow. So guess what? You get to spend the weekend doing this, and your parents will be like, "What are you doing?" And you say, "I'm practicing." Okay, cool. So I've got to leave because one of you who is in this class is about to have a lesson, and I'm super excited to go one-on-one. This will be so awesome. Well, I won't say any names, but we'll see in a sec. Those of you who are interested in lessons, talk to your parents, and they have my email, and I'm going to also send something out, a little introductory thing, and hopefully get you all involved with lessons. So one-on-one, it'd be sort of the same thing as this, except we get to actually talk to each other. We get to work on actual material, and and we then will prepare for a recital on Zoom. Oh yeah! So talk to your parents. I'm going to send an email out this weekend, and you who are about to have a lesson, I'll see you in 20 minutes. Bye, everybody. Take care.